Friends, fellow meditators, I don't care who you voted for. I still love and accept you. And Daisy was just telling me the same. See, dogs love unconditionally. They accept unconditionally. So I don't care who you voted for. However, there is one vote that you can do every day that is the most powerful vote you could ever do. And that is to get your butt on chair and to meditate for 20 minutes. The reason why this is so powerful is every time you meditate, you cast a vote for reduced healthcare costs. The big issue between the parties is not whether or not we should have healthcare. Both sides want it. The big issue is who should pay for it. Now, when people meditate with Vedic meditation regularly, especially, the chance that they'll get cancer and heart-related disease and so on decreases significantly. Visits to the doctor go down significantly. In fact, health all across the board increases. So that means healthcare costs come right down when people meditate. So if people meditate, basically healthcare costs come down. Who pays for it becomes a non-event. When we meditate regularly twice per day, we're casting a vote for reduced gun violence. It doesn't matter which side you're on. Both sides want reduced gun violence. They just have different ideas about how to go about it. When people kill each other with guns, it's because they hate each other. And people hate each other because they're stressed and suffering. It's very hard for a person to hate another person if they're not stressed and not suffering. And if there's no hate, there's vastly reduced gun violence. So by getting your butt on chair, you're making a vote, or you're putting in a vote for reduced gun violence. Every time you get butt on chair and meditate, you're casting a vote for increased safety. Meditators generally are more aware, they're more present, so they have less accidents. So we get improved safety simply by getting butt on chair. When you get your butt on chair and meditate, you're casting a vote for the reduction in illegal immigration. You see, when people emigrate illegally, it's usually because things in their home country are not good. They're suffering. And they have this idea that in the country they're trying to get to, things will be much better. But they don't have the wherewithal to be able to go about it legally. But if everybody's meditating, we have more orderliness, we have less lawlessness. So what that means is things are better wherever we are. We have more productivity, so the economy is better. Life is better for people. So what that means is if people are meditating, there's less for them to run away from. There's less need for them to emigrate, whether legally or illegally. When people get their butt on chair twice daily to meditate, they're casting a vote for greater acceptance. The reason people struggle with acceptance of each other is because they're stressed. At the end of the day, the enemy of diversity is stress itself. The more stress we have in the system, the harder it is to take on different ideas, whether they be ideological ideas or whether it be genetic differences. In fact, it wasn't that long ago in England where the white Protestants and the white Catholics were fighting each other. All white people, they get on just fine nowadays, but there was a point in time where their ideological differences were too much for them to handle. And every time you get your butt on chair, you cast a vote for a better economy. And I think both sides agree that a better economy is better. They just disagree on how to go about it. Whereas when you meditate, you become more productive, you become more efficient. So output increases, inputs decrease, and things get better for everybody. So I don't care who you voted for. What I do care about, though, is that you get that butt on chair and do that twice daily 20-minute vote.